Hello and welcome to another video, and this time I'm going to be answering the questions that you've all got about this awakening, because very few people seem to be telling you what is happening or why it's happening. So I'm going to attempt to give you what I've learned from this, and why I think it's happening, why it's happening now, why it's happening to you, and how this is going to impact on all of us. I know a lot of you are getting this ringing in the ears. I've got it as I'm talking now, especially in this ear at the moment. It's a high-pitched sound. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. It's totally distinct from the outside sounds. The sleepless nights. The waking up absolutely drenched, where you have sweated in your sleep. It's a cleansing process going on. What is actually happening to you is it's your DNA being reactivated, which I've said before. It's your 7 chakras being tuned in to this new energy. This is the positive fight back to what is happening. This will increase or run at a pace that you can handle. I know it feels awful at times, but it will only give you as much as you can handle. It'll only start stepping up if the evil side starts stepping up. It counters it all the time. This is like a game of chess. You've got the king piece who's running out of moves. The good side is putting it into check all the time. So this is what is happening to you. You're having everything switched back on. Now, why is it happening now? That's another question a lot of you are asking. Now, my background as a child, I was brought up Church of England, so it never resonated fully with me, but the spiritual side of things, I understand, I accept. Some of the religious part doesn't resonate with me, and I don't subscribe to any particular religion. I do believe in the idea of a creator. It doesn't matter whether you do or don't, as far as I'm concerned with this at this stage. I think all those sort of answers, does God exist, will come out eventually one way or the other. We will get to know. But we need to focus on now. It's all very well being aware of what's going on. We can talk about Illuminati, we can talk about Freemasons, we can talk about NASA, whether the earth is flat or round, you name it. That's getting us nowhere. That is just making people aware of a deception. What we need to do is start looking at being more proactive. Now, there's only one place that is ever going to come from, and that is within ourselves, within our heart, where everything would have originally have come from. Where we start as a physical being being created, those first cells, it started in the heart. We need to change ourselves. We need to be those bright lights in our surroundings. We create our own environment. If we were created by a creator, it makes sense to me that some of that creation will have been put into us, and we do have that ability, especially as children. We use our imaginations, we create, we explore, we're open to things. We lose that inner child as we get older. We forget to question things, we just accept. We give other people power over us. Well, it's time to start taking that back. I'm not talking about a revolution here. I'm not talking about going on protests or marches. Much simpler than that. Just be the best person you can possibly be. If somebody's fallen over, go over and see if they're okay. Look what's happening with homeless people in this country. It's disgusting. I'm sure there's nobody out there who just wakes up one day and says, today I'm going to be homeless and sleep on a park bench and beg. Really, that doesn't happen. And yet we've got this situation. You've got people who are begging and they're being fined for it when they've got no money in the first place. I mean, how ridiculous is that? But where are those questions that are being asked to those people, like, how did you get in this position? What happened that you've got like this? There's clearly something that's happened in their lives that has broken them. They need healing. We can do that. We can send out love, and we can send out empathy and compassion to the world. We can start pulling people towards us by sending out the most positive energy that we have got. I mean, it's not going to exhaust you. This energy is coming into us, it flows through us. We can spread that out. That, as far as I'm concerned, is the way that we can fight back, because we're doing it in a positive way, the way positive energy works. We're not being threatening, we're not being aggressive, but we are facing a serious problem which is masked in illusion and deception that looks a lot bigger than it is. But I can assure you, if we start radiating out this positive energy, spreading the word, don't be judgmental of people. Even if they've got different views to you, fine. It's normally lack of understanding by one or other party. But talk to each other. Let's get the message out there. Let's start doing things positive. Stop using those credit cards. Stop using contactless. Insist on using cash. Don't give the authorities the power over you. If you're in a job which you know is wrong, that is contributing towards this robotisation and control of people, then as much as you can, get out of it. Get another job. Alter your perspectives. Stop hoarding things. All these illusions. You've got to have this. You've got to have that. No, you don't. You need food, water. You need love and compassion for your family. And I'm talking about all of humanity here. It doesn't matter what nationality, what race, what religion you are. The thing we're facing is against all of us. So isn't it better if all of us pull together? That is the simple message. Let's be proactive. Let's get the message out there to as many people as possible. Let's all start doing things. Let's get back in touch with nature. Let's start being the best we possibly can. I will happily answer any other questions any of you have. I don't have all the answers. I can just tell you the truth as I see it. Only today, a good friend of mine, well, no, more than a friend, a sister of mine, Amber, mentioned about she's going through the same awakening problems she had years ago. And I've had this. I've had the chest pains. I've had the sweating in bed at night. This is, I'd say, this is the spiritual version of these wretched updates you get on computers. This is spiritual upgrading and bringing us into tune, so we see more and we start to do more. This is important. We don't have long left. We are facing an apocalyptic situation, but it doesn't have to be that way. Now, we can take the Christian approach if you want. We can wait around and see if there's a saviour and do absolutely nothing. But I'd rather go on the basis of maybe there is, maybe there isn't. If there is, then I'm going to meet them halfway. I'm going to do my bit to walk in that direction. Because if we have the ability to create, let's create the world that we want. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and I hope that has reassured some of you. But please do come back with the questions, because I haven't got all the answers, and it's only by talking to each other I think we do have the answers within inside us, and we will get there. Thank you very much.